It is an absolutely beautiful day. I'm feeling good. Just did a really, really great training session with a friend of mine. We just hit some delts and some arms. So, yeah, feeling really, really good. Today, guys, I want to talk about, and also the sun's shining. I mean, for those of you who aren't in England, you don't understand how rare this is. Like, especially this time of year, we've had an absolutely crap summertime. We had some good weather in June. July was terrible. August was shocking, and now in September, finally we're getting some good weather. So I'm embracing it, taking on all this beautiful sunshine, and coming to you guys today with some good tips. Some great tips, hopefully, that you can take on board right away, straight off the bat. So this is just to help those people out there who are currently in a position where they're not seeing any progress, they're stagnant, they're stuck, they don't like where they are. I want to give you 5 tips to help you move forwards, just to move that pin forwards towards waking up better tomorrow, and then waking up even better again the next day. Just as a heads up, if there are any questions that you guys have, then please don't hesitate. Any comments, what I'll do at the end, I'll just run through it. I'll stick to my theme here of giving you the 5 tips to move the pin forwards on your fitness, but I'll come back. So, I'll probably post this live, to be honest. I'll probably post it to my feed later, so you can come back and see the answers. I'll address them all. Any questions you've got, any comments you've got, just fire away, and I'll come back at the end and respond to them. So, number 1, guys, all right? If you're stuck, if you're stagnant and you want to move forwards, the first thing that I want you to do is to simply go onto Google and search what your maintenance calorie intake is. Really simple. Just type into Google maintenance calorie calculator. It will ask you probably for your age, your height, your weight, and your activity levels. So how active you are during the week with your work, and also how active you are with training sessions. Now, once you have that number, what I want you to do is minus 10% from that, and that's going to be your start point if you want to drop body fat. Okay? If you want to build muscle, you're going to add 10% to that figure. I then want you to take a split of 30% protein, 40% carbs, and 30% fats, and build up your calories. Use an app like MyFitnessPal to get your macros to hit those calories. So first thing is your food intake. That's the most important thing. Set a target, do not exceed it, hit it every single day, be intentional with the way that you eat. The next thing is I want you to set some steps targets, all right? Now, for my clients, I tend to put them generally as a baseline on 10,000 steps per day. Now, that is quite a lot. That does mean you have to be intentional and get out and usually take a walk. But 10,000 steps is just going to make sure that you're active outside of your training week, okay? That's really important. It's actually the second biggest contributor to the amount of fat that you burn is your activity outside of the gym. Right. The first thing is your what we call basal metabolic rate, and that's literally what you burn just at rest, existing as you do. So it's important for you to set a step target. So that's number 2. All right. Number 1 is your calorie target. Number 2 is your step target. That's going to be huge for your energy balance and moving you in the right direction on fat loss or muscle gain. Number 3, and doesn't get spoken about enough, and it's something that I do. Part of my routine. When I wake up, I spend half an hour. It can take as long as that. It doesn't need to take as long as that. And I go through what my goals are, what I want to achieve in the day, and then I read through a mantra that I've created for myself. It's like a few affirmations, essentially, and it relates to who I am today. It's written in the present tense, and this mantra is all about me feeling assured, confident in my abilities, knowing that I'm moving forwards, knowing that I'm having a positive impact on the world and the people that I'm around. And basically it centers me and it gives me trust in my abilities and empowers me to attack the day and to achieve. The 4th thing I want you to do is commit yourself to a training regime. All right? It doesn't have to be crazy. I'm not asking you to get onto a, Mr. Olympia's training plan. I'm just saying, what can you do as a minimum every single week without fail? What can you hit? Is it 1 session per week? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it going to be in the gym? Is it going to be outdoors? Is it going to be simply going for a walk or a run or something like that, or in the park? Whatever it is, be accountable and set yourself some clear parameters for how often in the week you are going to train non-negotiably. How long are you going to train for? How many sets you're going to do? keep it simple. If you're very new to this, just commit yourself, put a mark in the sand, draw a line in the sand and say, look, I'm doing 3 sessions per week. I'm going to go to the park. I'm going to be active for 1 hour, okay? Or in the gym or whatever. All right. And the 5th tip is hydration. Overlooked. Again, you're going to commit yourself to a set amount of water to consume. For most active people, it's going to be a minimum of 3 or 4 litres. Now, combining those things together, those 5 things, so let's run through them. Having a step target, having a calorie target with the appropriate macros, having a mindset shift first thing in the morning, a positive mantra that you go through and being clear on what you want to achieve, being attentive to your training regime and being attentive to your hydration. These 5 things alone are very simple. You can implement them today. Okay, you can literally start acting on these things today. And what it will ensure is that you are intentional with your actions, and every day that you progress, every day that you wake up, you're going to wake up a little bit more confident, a little bit leaner, a little bit more self-assured, a little bit stronger, a little bit happier. It's about being intentional with your day-to-day actions and setting non-negotiable, clear targets that you know are going to return on your investment of energy put in. Okay, so there you go, guys. All right, that's just a really basic 5 things that you can do straight away in order to progress from being stuck in this position that you're in now, where you don't like your physique, you don't like your health, you don't like your daily habits, you don't like this feeling of stagnation. There's 5 things that you can do straight off the bat to get you moving forward. And of course, like if you want expert bespoke help with these things, highly supported, almost done for you essentially, and done with you coaching, then you can reach out to me. You just need to ping me a DM with the word coaching and we can discuss my coaching program, which has now helped thousands of men not only build amazing physiques, but build lasting confidence and enable them to really step into their power and maximize their potential. So if that describes you, just ping me a DM. But for now, you've got those 5 things that you can go through. Like I said, to recap, I want you to set a step count. I want you to set a training regime that you can commit to. I also want you to be intentional with your mindset upon waking, create that mantra. I want you to track your hydration, and of course, I want you to manage your steps. All right. So there's a few things, guys. I'm going to go through the comments now. There's been lots coming through. If you have any other questions, you're always welcome to DM me as well. We can have a conversation in the DMs. But let me just now pick up the phone and run through all these amazing comments and questions that we've got. So let's have a look here. How good is this weather though? It's absolutely phenomenal. Okay, right. Hello everybody. Alpha male. I wouldn't describe myself as that, but yeah, everyone's got a different definition of that. I don't think that's even crossed my mind, to be honest. Just focused on bringing my best. That's it. And helping others become their best. That's really that simple. If that's an alpha male, then absolutely I'm an alpha male. Let's see what else there is. Just the tip. No, my tip is reserved entirely for my missus. I give gift for this body. All right, thanks. People saying 100, people saying 1,000. Absolutely, lots of love being shown here. I appreciate the support, guys, that all of you show on my page. It's very well received, thank you. Some Spanish that I don't understand, unfortunately. But guys, if you've logged in, if you've watched some of this and you found this useful and you have further questions, just literally ping me a message and I'll be happy to have a conversation. Some people showing hate, sick faces, great. That, you know what, whenever I get hate, here's another tip for you guys. Whenever I get hate, people showing disgust, people communicating negativity, my take on it is very simple. All right, first of all, I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that you're contributing to my page, you're increasing my presence in the algorithms, you're giving attention and contributing to engagement on my page, and that only helps me reach more people. So thank you so much for communicating your hate physically on my page. That means a lot. The other thing is, like, if you are really, really upset to the point where you feel like you need to put others down on social media, like, I'm here for you. Like, I'm happy to listen. If you really are upset about your life to the point where you have to comment negativity on other people's pages, like, I'm happy to be a listening ear. There's probably something that you need to address, whether it's your happiness or self-confidence or whatever it is. Like, I'm happy to listen, and chances are I can help you. Just like I've helped so many people really step into their power and develop confidence and become much more happy about their existence. Okay, question here. Hi, can you please tell me about chest shape? Like how to shape the chest? All right, so there are essentially two parts of chest that you want to train. You want to train the upper chest, so that shelf portion, and you want to train the lower chest, that lower portion there. The best exercises for upper chest are the ones that you connect best with, but it's going to be on incline movements. So incline just means where you're up, propped on a bench, and you're either pushing or you're hitting flies. My favourite move for upper chest development is an incline Smith machine press. For the lower chest, developing this portion here, dips. Okay, body weight dips, leaning in, retracting the shoulder blades and leaning in. Okay, right, cool. Let's have a look here. What else have we got? Lots of love being shown. Okay. All right, Wolver 1N32. I struggle with cutting corners. When I work out with someone else, I tend to push more than working out on my own. So this is really a common issue. This is about accountability. And whenever you're faced with the option to cut a corner, ask yourself the question, what's the trade-off here? The trade-off is cut a corner, don't get the result I want. Now, be very truthful with yourself. Be very honest. That is the reality. If you cut a corner, you're basically avoiding resistance today, but you're going to encounter resistance tomorrow because you're not going to be any closer to your goals. When you cut a corner, you are making the decision to not progress. Just be really objective and be very real with yourself. Now, having that conversation in your own mind and catching yourself, letting yourself off the hook, that's the first step to overcoming that tendency to just skip out and cut a corner. Where I help my clients is they're accountable not only to themselves but to me. So when they are cutting corners, I'm here to call them out on it and to bring them back into alignment with what they really want to achieve. Okay. All right. Not compatible to a single father with 2 kids and a full-time job. I call bullshit on that. I call absolute bullshit on that. You keep telling yourself that, dude. I know plenty of guys, single fathers with kids, with jobs, who can still hit steps. They can take their kids out for a walk, okay? They can still hit the hydration. They can still hit their sleep. They can still hit their 1 training session per week, okay? When the kids are in bed, if it's outdoors, if it's in the living room with bands, if you really want to do it, you can. It's a case of making the availability, making the time and making the environment conducive towards doing it. So I'm calling you out on that, mate. That's absolute bullshit, whether it's for you or someone else that you know. Not compatible to a single father with 2 kids and a full-time job. All right, I mean, maybe I'm being short-sighted, but it's absolutely possible. Do you mean to tell me that you never sit down to watch TV? Do you mean to tell me that you never ever meet with friends? Do you mean to tell me that you never have half an hour where you're sat down doing nothing while the kids are in bed? You know, it's tough. Obviously, it's fucking tough. I'm not doubting that for a second. It's way tougher for you with the responsibilities that you have compared to the single guy without kids. I get that. But equally, there's going to be someone out there with even less propensity to be able to train and commit to a fitness lifestyle who is still doing it. Imagine the person who has your situation but also has disability, okay, who is doing it. There will be someone out there, mate. It's just all relative. And I'm not speaking from the perspective of a single dude who lives at home with his mum, who has nothing else better to do. I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who has had countless injuries, countless challenges to overcome, who is a father, who is also a stepfather, who runs a business, who has several clients to look after, who are my priority even over my own training. So I'm not just some scrawny teenager living at home telling you that it can be done. I can substantiate my view on this, not just in my own experiences, but with people that I have helped. I've helped single dads with kids with full-time jobs, because it's always a case of finding what works and not just applying an arbitrary solution which doesn't actually fit. I've laboured that point enough. My job is not to put you down. My job is to empower you and get you thinking about proving me right. Okay, let's have a look. Please let me know a good arm workout. Your arms look strong. Okay, dude, ping me a DM and we can have a conversation about what it is you want to achieve. Let's have a look here. What else have we got? Lots of familiar faces have joined. Thanks for joining, guys. Let's see what else we've got here. I will be posting this to my feed, or it'll be in my lives. It won't be on my main grid, but it'll be in the lives. Okay. How long did it take to reach a body like that? Okay. I've been training now for 18 years. Okay, not all of my training has been geared towards the way my body looks. I've had phases where I've been focused entirely on performance. I used to compete in powerlifting. That was my passion during my earlier years. When I was at university, I competed internationally. That was really my passion back then, and so that had nothing to do with how my body looks now. For aesthetics and bodybuilding, I started at 23, which is 10 years ago. I'm only 33, before anyone says it. Okay. Let's have a look. What else do we have? Love you, bro. Thank you very much. I do really appreciate the support that people show here to me and to my message, which is all about helping men get in sick shape and stepping into their power, developing huge amounts of self-confidence. Okay, let's have a look. Any other questions? That's great advice. Thanks. I will try with chest today. No problem, dude. No problem. Let me know how you get on. Okay. I want to be like you when I grow up. Dude, you look great already. Let's have a look. Just had to be said, you should be used as a model for statues because that's perfection right there. That's incredibly kind. I'll take that. Thank you. If anyone wants to commission a statue being constructed of me, that would be great. I'm thinking maybe like the archer pose would be good. And if you can just like double down on like adding maybe a couple of inches in the biceps, and also the groin region, that would be very, very well appreciated. So that my physique could be remembered in time as the guy with big arms and a big groin. I'm not sure if my sarcasm will be received globally. You're so cute. I mean, that's one way to describe me. I definitely not would see myself that way. Okay, here we go. Yes, Mikhail, I'm a father of 2 kids with a full-time job and I follow Julian's program. Yes, it is demanding, but you can create time for sport. Exactly. Okay, and that's just one example. And this guy he works a high-pressure, high-profile job at that as well. He came in yesterday from work. It must have been about 8 p.m. his time. He still trained first thing in the morning. He still submitted his check-in at about 8:30 at night his time, maybe even 9 o'clock his time. He still ticked the boxes. He still made progress this week. Mikhail, you're the man. What else have we got? Any other questions? Gibran, thank you very much, mate. You said you look incredible. That's very kind. Nice fence, mate. Lee, my man. You've always got eyes on, haven't you? You've always got eyes on. Looking forward to having you back, dude. That's my neighbour, by the way, guys. Who rebuilt this fence. The previous owners of this house had a fire accident, which resulted in a pretty devastating fence situation. Okay. Greetings from Cape Town, South Africa. Greetings, my friend. Thank you for your message. Thank you for joining. And what else do we have? Okay, I think... Wow, so many people came on. I love this. Okay, next one is... And this will be the final one. Favourite arm pump movements. Favourite trap movement. Triangles looking strong. So, okay, we'll start with arms. My favourite biceps movement is probably a machine curl. I know it's not that exciting, but the one where you're sat down, you're locked in, and literally the machine just keeps you in a fixed position. That for me, when I focus on getting a good stretch, when I focus on getting a good squeeze, it takes all the thinking out of the equation. Favourite trap moves. I don't train traps. Okay, the reason being they get more than enough stimulation when I'm focusing on creating tension in my upper back, my abs and my glutes when I'm performing all movements. They're always being utilised to stabilise my scapula. So if I'm doing side raises, I'm stabilising my traps, okay, my scapula by engaging my traps and keeping them out of the equation, but they are working isometrically. If I'm doing squats or deadlifts or bench press, I'm always working the traps isometrically to control how my scapula is moving. If I'm doing things like deadlifts, especially, or even things like lunges, my traps are being worked hard constantly to stabilize the dumbbells from moving back and forth. So I don't do any direct trap work. If you're intentional and controlled in your movement, your traps will get absolutely more than enough work, I promise you. Okay, so guys, thank you for logging in. absolute pleasure. I'm going to post this. If there's any more questions, do not hesitate to ping me a DM. I'll be happy to talk with you in the DMs. If you found this useful, let me know. If there's any more information that you want, ping me a DM. I'm here to communicate with my followers, and I'm grateful for all of you in supporting my page. If you've liked this, don't hesitate to share it. If you find my page useful, again, don't hesitate to share my profile in your stories. Tag me so I can see it and I can thank you personally. And yeah, guys, have an amazing day, and we will catch up soon.